Have you ever wondered how to create safe boundaries for your kids while still encouraging creativity? If so, this is the video for you. So we want to encourage our kids to be creative, but we also want to keep them safe. And there's this constant tension because if you say, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, then they don't learn how to choose for themselves. But if you never give them boundaries, then they could fall and break something. So here are some tips to help your kids develop creativity while still keeping them safe. My first tip is to really focus on developing cause and effect thinking. A kid who knows that choices they make have results is going to be a lot more careful on their own without you telling them what to do. So for example, if your kid is up 10 feet on a playground and they think through cause and effect, if I jump off here, I'm going to fall 10 feet and it's probably going to hurt a little. May or may not break anything, but it's probably going to hurt a little. Unless they've learned how to land properly, then that would be a totally different situation. So when they think through, if I do this, this will happen, and then they can choose, is that something I want to have? If they haven't jumped that far, that's probably something they're going to choose that would probably hurt. But if they jump down 10 feet all the time, then they can choose, I know how to land, it won't hurt, I can go for it. So helping your kids learn cause and effect reasoning is a really good way to help them make wise choices that are going to promote safety without you having to intervene and tell them all the do's and don'ts every single time. My second tip in teaching your kids how to stay safer but still promote creativity is to teach your kids to self-assess. A kid who doesn't know what their skill level is doesn't know how to think through the cause and effect of actions they take. But a kid who knows how far they can jump, how high they can climb, how much impact they can take, how long they can swing, then they are better able to make choices that are going to be more logical and that are going to be safer. So for example, if a kid thinks he can swing for 30 seconds and he gets on a monkey bars and there's nowhere to get to unless he makes it across a whole side, which takes 30 seconds. If he doesn't know how to self-assess and really his strength is so much so that he can only go 10 seconds, he's going to get a third of the way and run out of strength. And then he's got to decide, do I drop, do I go back? But a kid who can self-assess and they know that their skill level is they can swing for 10 seconds. So instead of going out the whole way, maybe they'll go out 5 seconds. They understand they're starting to get a little tired, but they still have a little power left. So they're going to go back and land where it's safe. Things like that can really help your kids prevent injuries. And my third tip for helping your kids stay safer while promoting creativity is sometimes you just have to set hard rules, especially when it comes to the head or the spine or really, really, really big drops. It may be helpful to establish with your kids a max drop rate so they know a clear, okay, I probably can only jump 6 feet or my head height, or maybe I've been doing parkour for 3 years so I could jump my head height plus a half of my body. But establishing with your kids some hard, fast rules, also some hard rules about we never land on our head or we never land on our back. Making sure that any situation they are in is not going to cause them to land on their head, back, or take a huge fall. So those are my tips to help your kids stay safer, but also promote creativity in their development and their growth as their movement journey continues.